Why loyalty can be dangerous to your business. Hi, I'm Josh Horn with Horn Valuation. I help business owners and attorneys with business valuation and building business value. What's loyalty? I looked it up just to make sure. Dedication, commitment, the act of being loyal, which is to say it's kind of difficult to define it in some cases. Why could it be dangerous to your business? It sounds maybe crazy. I had a colleague reach out to me in a post comment on what you're missing without a CFO. So I'd written that blog post and I had a colleague reach back and say, the reason why I've seen this not work is because in some cases, maybe the owner had a loyalty to a current employee who was maybe not up to the task. Maybe it's someone who had been with them from the beginning, helped them build the business, and they didn't want to hurt that person, didn't want to put them out of a job or basically have someone hurdle over them that had been working in somewhat a similar capacity, but maybe wasn't up to the task of CFO or whatever the job may be. And it's very interesting because I lived this in a company that had essentially grown from a garage company, much like the type of company that my colleague mentioned. And I said, yeah, I've seen this, unfortunately, and I've seen this loyalty, as you call it, become really blind loyalty to the point where it brought down a 9-figure company. And what ended up happening is that there ended up being a lot of groupthink, living in a bubble, no one questioning what was going on. And ultimately, it brought everything down. This is the kind of loyalty that I'm talking about. And that's not the kind of loyalty you want in your business. That's really not what you want. You really want someone, yes, to be with you, hardworking, but if you're the leader, you really want them to ask questions, to sometimes question what is happening and if the decisions are the best for the company. You really want that. You want that give and take. Now, let me be 100% clear here. I'm not talking about insubordination. That's not the loyalty I'm talking about. I'm talking about when your employees drift into a level of complacency or fear of confrontation with you as the owner or the manager. That is a dangerous place to be. That's the kind of loyalty I'm talking about. I don't think that's the kind of loyalty you want in your business. Why is that? Well, number one, you're not going to get the information you need, which is really, really critical. It's impossible for you to know everything that's going on in your business, even more so when they're afraid to tell you what's going on. You have to get the information from throughout the organization. They have to be willing to bring you information, even if it's bad news, stuff that you don't want to hear. Why does that matter? Because the performance of the business will suffer otherwise. That's really where the rubber hits the road here. In order to get the performance up to where you want it, you have to be willing to get the good news, the bad news, everything in between. You want to get the straight story. In order to impact the performance, to make the decisions necessary to take you where you need to go, you need to be able to get the unvarnished truth. What else? I thought about this one a lot, this last one. And ironically, I think that one of the biggest things you're going to come up against if you are using loyalty in the traditional sense, that is blind loyalty, I think you're going to have a lot of people that don't truly believe in the company and the mission and what you're trying to accomplish. The truth is, even though it sounds a little backwards, the fact that there is honest debate and discourse, people willing to question certain actions, is healthy for your business. Now, it's not a democracy. You are in charge. And that's a good way to bring down a business. Management by consent, as they call it. Don't do that. However, you do want the information to come back to you unvarnished, fully true, and you want to be able to talk about solving the issues in your business and not use blind loyalty as an excuse. All right. I want to put a plug for a book in here, and I get no royalties. It's called Extreme Ownership. And it's about leadership principles learned in the SEAL teams of the military. To be true, there are a lot of military battle examples in the book, but it's not about promoting the military. It's not necessarily a gung-ho military book. But what I found interesting after I had to put a lot of thought into this post, there is no chapter in the book on loyalty. None. Zero. And in fact, a lot of the leadership principles revolve around things like decentralized command, leading up and down the chain of command, believing in your people. And that's really ultimately, when you're going to get that belief, you have to have the faith in them to bring you the information unvarnished, even if it's bad. This is Josh Horn, CPA of Horn Valuation. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye.